from LSU. Both Mike Tannenbaum and Field Yates have Malik Nabers going to the Giants at number 6. Nabers himself was asked about the possibility of playing for the G-Man. Here's what he said.
You know, that's a decision that, you know, is going to have to be placed, you know, when I hear my name called, you know, especially since I don't know where I'm going. So, you know, going to New York, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea, you know, but, you know, the quarterback situation, I know, you know, they're going to figure it out, especially, you know, if they got a caliber receiver coming like me, you know, they're going to want to give me the ball. So I'm sure they're going to want to have a quarterback that can do that.
Okay, so that's your guy from LSU, Marcus. I'll start with you. What did you hear there? What do you make of that?
That the Giants need a new quarterback. That's what I heard first from Malik Nabers. But Malik Nabers ain't saying nothing that we ain't been saying after we've had this sample size of what Daniel Jones has been. Listen, here's the thing, man. This is what it's about for Malik Nabers. Malik Nabers is going to be phenomenal in the league. If it's one position that we've been seeing translate out of college to doing the same things that they've been doing, taking it to the next level, it's been the wide receiver spot. Coincidentally, you know, a couple of those guys have come from LSU, but I'm not going to get too far into that. The other thing is this, G. The last 1,000-yard receiver in New York was 2018. That was Odell Beckham Jr. That feels like 6 lifetimes ago. Me and you were 18, G, and I was 12 the last time the New York Giants had a 1,000-yard receiver. So Malik Nabers is not wrong, and if you are going to commit to taking a receiver at number 6, you better have somebody that can get the ball to him at a very high level, because we've seen how that marriage work. Take Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, take Kirk Cousins and obviously Justin Jefferson. No better example than Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. We've seen what the tandems can be in this league with the way that the rules are and how offense is played now.
RG3, if there is a quarterback sitting there for the Giants at number 6, should they take the quarterback?
No, Green, they should not take a quarterback at number 6. And to get back to Malik Nabers' comments, like, he's not saying anything that the fans don't already know and that the front office doesn't already know. Malik Nabers knows that the Giants don't have a quarterback. The Giants know that they don't have a quarterback. And they clearly don't like the DJ that's playing the funky music for him right now. But because of their cash strap to him, at least for this year, they can't cut him this year because he's got a $69 million dead cap hit if they do that. They can't trade him because he's coming off an ACL injury, so he's not a great trade asset. So I think what they should do is they should draft Malik Nabers if he is there available at number 6 and they don't trade out of it, so that they have their true number 1 wide receiver. And then when they come around to pick 47 in the second round, if there's a quarterback there that they love, I think they should draft him. I think they have to draft him at that spot, because I look at a guy like Spencer Rattler that looks like he should be a one that can come in there and make all the throws that Malik Nabers is talking about. Allow DJ, Spencer Rattler, Drew Lock, and of course DeVito to compete it out. That to me is the best case scenario for the Giants. They can give DJ another opportunity to compete and not give up on him quite yet.
All right, we'll talk more about that one as we continue. So much good football out there as we're working our way towards the draft. And then there's the not counting to the NFL draft. Let's do some sound off draft talk, shall we? Mel Kiper Jr. has quarterback Drake May from North Carolina, his number 6 prospect on the big board this year. Our former colleague Merrill Hodge has not been a fan, and he's made that pretty clear all the way through. Here are some strong words of caution. Listen to this.
Drake May will get you fired. Drake May's the kind of player that gets you fired. His last game, the NC State game, was the most embarrassing display I've ever seen from a guy who's supposed to be an elite franchise quarterback. When you talk about accuracy, it is erratic everywhere.
All right, so our guys this morning are the Big Swagoo, Marcus Spears, and RG3. And Robert, I'll start with you. Specifically, you know, those are strong words from Merrill, and he's pointing out one game in particular. So we had you go back and watch that game. Tell us what you see.
Yeah, I mean, Green, I'm trying to figure out who took a doo-doo on Merrill Hodges' front porch, because the guy's raining all over Drake May's parade. I've watched the game multiple times that he's talking about from NC State, and what I came away from watching all of the totality of the film with Drake May is that he has all of the tools he needs to be a franchise quarterback. And if he gets a coach fired, it's not that he can't play, it's that coach can't coach. Right here in the NC State game, he had a play where he was rolling out to his left and he threw it in the dirt. Well, he came back later in that same game and he made a touchdown throw rolling to the left on a similar type throw. So what I saw from the game was, how does he respond when things aren't going well? How does he respond when things get tough? Late in that game against NC State, Drake May got hurt and he missed an entire possession. Well, guess what? He came back when the game was already decided and finished the game for his teammates. So the guy loves ball. He loves to play at a high level. And one of the greats in our business, Mike Tomlin, said, you can't run away from the job. It's a coach's job to coach a player to help him realize his potential. If a coach gets fired because of Drake May, it's simply because he can't coach. And I think he will be a franchise quarterback. So somebody needs to get Merrill Hodge a cape, because he's mad right now. But with that cape, he'll be super mad once Drake May becomes a franchise QB.
What do you think, Marcus?
Gee, it's just harsh words, man. Like, you know, every year now we've gotten around the draft and we hear something like this come from somebody about a quarterback. And we all know that this thing is not 100% guaranteed on who's going to be a franchise quarterback and who's not going to be. But RG3 said it, and a lot of people say it. The tools are there. Now it's up to coaching and how instinctive Drake May is going to be in the National Football League. And really, that's what we're talking about. Like, when we talk about the draft, right? What we really trying to do is seeing how will this game that we're watching in college translate. And sometimes we can see, like, man, this dude has a lot of things about his game that's going to have to get better in a hurry in order for him to have success. But we've gotten to a sticking point with quarterbacks, man. On one side, we're going to say they the greatest thing to ever come out of college. And the other side is going to say they the worst thing to ever come out of college. And that's where we are. There is no middle ground. I haven't heard one person say, you know what? Drake May or Jaden Daniels or Caleb, they going to be all right, man. They going to be pretty good quarterbacks, and they going to carry franchises and be solid. They either terrible or they going to be the franchise changer and they the next Pat Mahomes, and I hate it because we don't give them a chance. That's why we have conversations on television 7 to 8 weeks in the rookie's career about if the team made the right decision because of all of the talk that we have leading into the season. I think Drake May has the tools that have success with, and there are some things about his game that give you a cause for pause when you start talking about his progression in the league. It is going to be about coaching. It is going to be about situation, and it is going to be about how bad does Drake May want to be a franchise quarterback by his work and his continuation of getting better.
For what it's worth, in his latest mock draft came out yesterday, Matt Miller has Drake May falling to 5th overall. That's not a terrible fall, of course, but it is the 4th quarterback taken. He has J.J. McCarthy jumping above him and going 3rd to New England. We'll see if that happens. Now, a player everybody loves